Alright, hello fun and welcome back to my Fallout 4 Mod Spotlight series, where today we are having a look at the Gepard GM6 Lynx mod, which is being made by user at Shield. And what this glorious little piece of work looks to add into the game is the Hungarian-made GM6 Lynx 50 caliber anti-material rifle, and this thing is magnificent, though not something I'd normally show on the channel because you guys know me, I'm not a fan of modern firearms in Fallout, as personally, I play it for the weird, wacky alternative world. That being said, you also know me and I'm a sucker for a bullpup, and this is a bullpup 50 caliber anti-material rifle. How could you not love it? So let's jump on over this way and have a look at what we do get with the GM6, which in its most standard form will deal a whopping 120 damage with a 50 caliber round, with a firing rate of 33, range of 23, accuracy of 81, and a weight of 7.8. Not too bad there, though I gotta admit the range does seem to be awkwardly low for the stats on this weapon, considering it's a 50 caliber sniper rifle, but okay, I haven't had issues shooting things at far ranges with this, so that just seems a little weird, but nonetheless, it is still a very nice looking gun, very good on the texturing and modeling. Of course, it is a bit too modern for my personal liking, but still, it's a bullpup, and that is just magnificent. Now, a great part about this mod is that it does have a huge list of modifications for this thing, so you can really change it up to your heart's content, both aesthetically as well as stats-wise, to really help this gun last you longer into the game, definitely into the late game with the damage you can crank this baby up to. It's pretty darn great. Now, as for how you get your hands on one of these wonderful weapons, well, that's actually quite simple. Now, you can find one of them just sitting in the world over at the wreck of the Northern Star, and specifically, it's up at the top part of the back bridge area next to a skeleton, so not too hard to get there. Now, you can also make as many of them as you'd like by simply going to any chemistry station in the world and heading to the new GM6 Lynx category, where you can build it for just a bit of adhesive aluminum, gears, plastic, screw spring, and steel, as well as, of course, rank 1 in gun nut, so not too bad there either. Now, I do want to point out before we get to the modifications, there is also another download available for this mod. You can either go with the standalone one, which is the one I'm using, but there is also one that is compatible with the tactical reload mod, so if you do like that, you can have a nicer looking reload for this weapon as well, which is pretty nice to have, always good for options. Now, as for the modifications, it's a pretty good list of things. As mentioned, let's start with the receiver category as per usual, where we have the standard one, of course, and then a whole slew of upgrade part kits all the way up to level 7, which will bump the damage of this thing up to 360. And that is quite a lot of power to be able to put down range, so very, very nice there. Now, in the barrel category, we just have two options of either the standard or a light barrel, which doesn't seem to change up any stats. It does appear to be just aesthetic, but it is quite nice as it adds some cool grooves to the barrel, which is pretty neat. I like the look. Now, next in the handguard category, we either have the standard, which I love the look of, and then a prototype one, which basically just makes the thing look like a piston with some rails on it, and hey, if that's what you like, that's what you can get. So that is an option there. Now, then in the magazines, we've either got the standard or an extended one, always good. Then in optics, oh yay, you guys know me, I love a lot of options, and we have a lot of options, as you can see here. I won't go through all of them, but yeah, we've got just great things, and, you know, even just go with some iron sights if you'd like, which, I mean, sure, go for it. And even some good reflex sights in here, always good to have lots of optic options. Now, next in the muzzle category, we have either the standard muzzle, the colossal, cookie heavy, knife, or M82 muzzle, and then of course we do also have a standard suppressor and a covert suppressor. Very good there if you want to be a little sneaky with a 50 cal. Always do love a 50 cal with a silencer on it. It just seems wrong, but fun. Now then we have a paint category where you can really change up the aesthetics here, where you either have the base black paint, as well as a number of different camos, usually coming with either a clean version and a worn version, which is pretty sweet. And you got weird ones like Candy Cane, Death by Kitty, and just a lot of good paint options in here for you to make the gun fit a bit more of your personality, which I always do enjoy having. Now, next we have a top rail option where you can go with a carry handle if you so desire. Honestly, it kind of looks a bit much for me, but hey, again, if you like that, have at it. Now, then we do also have a wrap or tape that you can put around the handle down here, which we get the color options first, but the actual wrap itself is down here in the pistol grip, where you either have the standard, the paracord, or tape, which apparently I'm out of duct tape. Let's put some paracord on there real quick just so that you can see the different colors there, where we got the black, blue, olive drab, pink, and red. Always nice. Now after that we have a bottom rail accessory, which is going to be some form of a grip, where we got an angled foregrip, 1, 2, a nutsack, oh boy, and a stubby grip, so plenty of options there. I like the angled one the most, which is odd for me considering it is very modern, but still, it's neat. And yeah, that's it for the different modifications that we do have. A lot of fun options. There is an oddity in here, which I think is more the game's fault than the mod's fault. If you do change from the standard to the prototype, and then back to the standard, if you're just playing around with modifications in here, you will lose the ability to put an optic on there until you leave the workbench and come back. It's just because it seems to change up the rail positioning, I guess, or something along those lines. I think that's more the game's fault than the mod's fault, because we've seen that in other mods in the past. So just something to keep in mind, that can happen with the handguard there. But other than that, a lot of fun, great options. Now, let us go take some shots with this thing, and let me actually go grab my modified versions as well. Got the prototype handguard one there, and of course, a nice silenced one there. And let us take some shots. And I actually really love the animation when you pull out the gun, because the cool part about the Lynx is that the barrel is actually retracted into the gun. It's one of those weapons that actually the whole barrel recoils to lessen the recoil on the shooter, and so when you actually pull out the gun, you have to extend the barrel, which is pretty cool. I like that. The kind of point of it is so that it, has a smaller form factor, so it's easier to put in a vehicle, and then you pull out the gun, extend the barrel, and boom, you can take a shot. So let's do that. Wonderful. And there we go, a nice smooth reload, a little bit slow, but I mean, it is a 50 cal bullpup. It's gonna probably be a bit slow. But all in all, a just great fun gun. The thing has a load of kick, as you would expect from a heavy sort of weapon like this, but still a pretty good rate of fire on the thing, so you can put bullets downrange quite nicely. Not exactly something you'd really want for clearing a room, but, it works, and it could happen. It could certainly work. But overall, just a fun weapon to shoot. Good thud, good kick, just nice. Now, let's go take a look at my GM6 version here. For some reason, it loses the scope when you take off the standard handrail. But yes, a nice little just reflex sight on there, and fire. Again, probably not the greatest for something like a reflex sight, having a 50 cal gun, but hey, with the nice extended magazine on this particular one, not bad at all. 10 rounds shooting with this thing? Oh yeah, that's good. And now let's go to the suppressed one over here. There we go. And let's have a silent 50 cal. That just seems wrong to me. But hey, if you want to be sneaky with a 50 cal, there you go. I don't know, just if you're using a 50 cal, I feel like you should have the power and the thud behind it. It is a 50 cal after all. Good times. Now let's get ourselves a death claw to show this thing off in action, and run away, because it will kill me. I mean, we actually probably could take it out with the power of this thing. Okay, and there, oh, it'd help if I hit it. There we go, and, oh, it's running away. How dare you run away, Deathclaw? And it's dead. Beautiful. I didn't even go through one magazine. I mean, I probably would have if I would have missed a few more times, but, you know, that's just my poor firing. But yes, this is just a fun, wonderful gun. A little bit awkward for me to like something so modern, but how can you not love a good bullpup, especially one with so much power? So if you'd like to take a look at this mod for yourself, which I'd certainly recommend you go and do, you can have a look at the link in the description, as per usual. But that, my friends, is going to be it for this one today. Hopefully you have enjoyed. You come back for whatever mod we do look at next. But until that time, thank you for watching, and as always, well, have a good one.